5,000 years ago, while most of the human race lived in scattered rudimentary settlements, an urban center with a level of sophistication associated with the modern age was thriving in South Asia. Up until the early 20th century, British officials justified their colonial rule in India by claiming they were introducing civilization to a region they believed had none. They were standing directly above a society that had mastered urban planning millennia before the first foundations of London were even laid. The first hints of this buried empire emerged in 1829, when Charles Mason stumbled upon curious brick ruins, but the scale of the find remained a secret until the 1920s. That's when the Archaeological Survey of India, led by John Marshall and Dayaram Sahni, began formal excavations. Mohenjo-daro and Harappa stood as highly organized metropolises, built with a consistency that pushed the timeline of South Asian urbanism back by thousands of years. The geographic footprint of this society was enormous. While ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia were largely confined to narrow river valleys, the Indus Valley Civilization controlled a territory stretching across 1.26 million square kilometers of modern-day India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. This sprawling network made it the largest of the four great ancient urban civilizations. At its peak, it supported nearly 5 million people. Despite operating the largest empire of the ancient world, the people of the Indus Valley organized their society around principles that differ significantly from the typical power structures seen in other Bronze Age cultures. The ruins reveal a precise grid system. Builders used standardized baked bricks with exact dimensions, pointing to centralized engineering. Below these streets, archaeologists found a sophisticated approach to public health. Almost every home featured a bathroom emptying into a covered underground drainage system. Excavations have yet to produce a single weapon of war or a grand royal palace. In place of monuments to kings, researchers find evidence of an egalitarian society, one where the distribution of resources appears consistent across the population. Their global reach relied on economic trade. They exported massive volumes of cotton, timber, and luxury goods to Mesopotamia, where they were known as Maluha. To ensure accuracy, they used weights and measures that were standardized across their entire territory. The physical evidence depicts a society prioritizing civic infrastructure and trade over the glorification of individual rulers or the expansion of military power. The thousands of seals and tablets found at these sites hold a secret. Their written language remains untranslated. After a century of study, not a single word of the Indus script can be read with certainty. Egyptian hieroglyphs were decoded because of a specific stone that presented the same text in both Egyptian and Ancient Greek, a language we already understood. The Indus Valley has produced no such parallel text. Without a comparative guide to anchor the symbols to a known language, historians must rely on structural analysis and patterns. The script, which reads from right to left, is thought to be logosyllabic. Because researchers have cataloged over 400 distinct signs, it is likely that each symbol represents an entire word or sound, rather than a single letter. The effort to understand this language continues today. The Tamil Nadu government, led by M.K. Stalin, offered a significant financial reward to anyone who can provide a verified translation of the script. Without a translation, we are observing their history in silence. We can analyze their engineering, but we do not know what they called their cities, what they believed, or how they managed their daily affairs. Around 1900 BCE, this stable society began a rapid decline. The archaeological record shows a breakdown of order. The city planning stopped, the drainage systems were no longer maintained, international trade routes went quiet, and within a few generations, the urban centers were abandoned. One leading theory points to severe climate change. A shift in monsoon patterns likely caused the rivers they relied on for irrigation to dry up, leading to widespread agricultural failure. Other researchers argue for catastrophic natural disasters. Geologists have found evidence suggesting that massive floods or tectonic shifts may have destroyed their infrastructure. There is also the possibility of invasion. As a society with no evidence of an organized military, they would have been vulnerable to migrating groups entering their territory. Whatever the cause, the end result is documented in the soil. The cities were abandoned and the survivors relocated, leaving the once bustling centers to be reclaimed by the earth. We can map their drainage systems with high precision, yet we cannot name a single person who lived there. Their true identity and their final moments are lost to time. The decline of the Indus Valley suggests that technological proficiency and economic stability do not provide a permanent shield against environmental or social collapse. The final answers remain underground, requiring a breakthrough in translation before this society can finally speak for itself. Until that happens, how do you think a civilization this advanced could simply vanish? Share your theories in the comments below.